What's up, guys? I am Jake, your host. We're going to pick some football games today, hopefully, some winners. Are you guys ready? I said, are you ready? Is my watch page ready? I said, are you ready? Yep, my watch page is ready. All right. If you guys are ready, are you really ready? Are you ready for some football? Some rigged ass football? Yeah, my name's Jake the asshole, and I'm ready to make some picks and get this shit started. You better get ready. You better hold tight. We about to pick some rigged ass football games tonight. Come on, get ready. Are you motherfucking titty sucking ready? Are you ready for some football? Some rigged and scripted football? Yeah. We about to hopefully pick some winners and make a lot of money. So you better get ready. Better hold your nuts real tight, because we're about to pick some rigged ass fucking football games tonight. All right. Hope you guys are having a good morning. I don't usually stream in the morning, but I figured I would get up and at them. It's morning over on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast, it's afternoon. But where I live, it is morning. Got up and at them. We're going to pick these games. All right. Everyone looking good. Got my beautiful mods in the chat here. Rose Billman, of course. And of course, the beautiful Mass one. Got Jonna as well. Hey, what's up, y'all? Dwayne Neal as well. All right. No, this is not pre-recorded. Otherwise, this would be a really crazy coincidence. If this was pre-recorded and I pulled your comment up on screen, your brain should just fall out of your head at this point. Which maybe it already has. Just kidding. Or am I? All right. Nicholas Williams says cold beer for Jake. No, I had a free drink at one of them coffee dealies. I don't endorse this shit, but they sent me a free drink coupon, and I was like, fuck it, let's go get one. So no, I'm all hyped up on some Dutch Bros. They talked me into it with one of them emails. Is that what the kids are doing nowadays? Emails? Yeah. All right. You guys ready to pick some football games? I'm sure everyone thinks they know who's going to win. And there's probably people who are going to trickle in here who might even think that football is real. It is not. The games are rigged and scripted. The whole game, every game, and every player is in on it. Let's get that straight before we go any further. All the games are rigged. All of them. Yes, every player is involved. I don't care if you don't think that's possible. That's what's happening. If you don't think it's possible, let me explain. The WWE. Are there any wrestlers who aren't in on it? Are there any wrestlers who go out there thinking they're actually going to fight? No. Are the refs in on it? Yes. Are the wrestlers in on it? Yes. Managers? Yes. Announcers? Yes. Everybody who works at the WWE is in on the show. The NFL is no different. If you think that there's like one defensive lineman who plays real football and tries his hardest, but then there's like 3-4 players who aren't, no. I've proven that 4 or 5 guys in a row will dive and miss a tackle on purpose. If they want someone to score, they'll leave them wide open, and guys will dive and miss on purpose. Everyone on every defense is involved in faking the game, all right? So none of this whole like, no, dude, I think it's only the refs. I think it's just the refs making bad calls, like that one holding call against that one time that they didn't call it. That's bullshit. The refs are there to keep the game on script. They aren't screwing anybody. Whoever loses on purpose. Do we have that understood? Just like in a pro wrestling match, whoever loses on purpose. Okay? So none of this, he got screwed, we got screwed, they got screwed. None of that. Nobody gets screwed by the refs because they didn't blah blah. No. You know what happens? They play a pretend football game. And then there's bad calls on purpose sometimes. Okay? So just so we have that understood. And if you disagree, I can make you look like an idiot. All right. So I can't predict who's going to win these games. I know it's scripted. I know it's rigged. I can't predict for sure, I should say, who's going to win. Last week, I did pretty good. But I can't say for sure who's going to win. So people will ask sometimes, I don't know why, if you know it's rigged, then how come you aren't a millionaire and you can't get every game right? Well, I know the WWE is rigged, but I can't tell you who wins the Royal Rumble for sure. And it's the same thing again. So I can't tell you for sure who wins every single WrestleMania match before it happens. But I know the WWE's rigged. I know it's scripted. It's not a real fight. But I can't tell you who wins every fucking match. So if you ask me, if you're one of those stupid people who says, if you know it's rigged, well, why are you betting in the first place? Well, that's because I'm trying to figure out who they're going to rig it for and be on that side. Right? Well, if it's rigged, then how come you aren't a millionaire? Well, I don't know who's going to win for sure. Okay, so let's establish those things. I have to establish that every time because there's always somebody who says, why would you bet on a rigged game? Well, because someone has to fucking win. And that means if I can figure out which team they're going to have lose, if I can figure it out, then I'll make money. So if they're going to have a rigged game, regardless of whether I bet or not, I want to get in on some of the action because I know they're going to screw the public. And so I'm hoping if they do screw the public that I can get some of that sweet action too. Because that's what they're going to do ultimately. I think they're going to screw the public. Okay, you guys ready? I built up the suspense long enough. All right, let's pull up some playoff windows here. Okay. Do you guys want to start with we'll just start with the spreads. We'll start with the good stuff. And then I'll pull up the bracket and do a Super Bowl prediction all the way through. All right. So here we go. Here's our slate of games. All right. And everybody's probably going to make their own picks. If you disagree with me, that's fine. We're all going to make our own picks. So whatever info I give you, you can make your own pick. If you bet and you lose on my picks, that's on you. When I bet and I lose, it's on me. So if you take my picks and you bet and you lose, that's on you. If you go the opposite of me and you lose, that's on you. If you stay off the game and just keep your money, that's cool too. I don't care what you do. Just saying, this is my disclaimer. I bet small. I don't bet big. I have a winning record, but I'm not making a ton of money because I bet small. I'm not super confident. I'm just a dude who knows it's rigged and scripted, and I'm trying to guess which way it's going to go for fun. While I expose that the NFL's rigged and scripted at the same time. Because if I just so happen to get it right, then I can make it look really obvious that it's rigged and scripted. And I make it look like I can magically predict it if I get it magically right. So hopefully I get it all right every last one of these games. And if I don't, oh well, football season's almost over. Okay, here we go. I bullshitted long enough. Jacksonville Jaguars. Big underdogs coming off of a huge win. Jacksonville pulls off the big comeback. They're pushing Trevor Lawrence real hard in the news and ESPN. I'm seeing his face more and more. People are believing in the Jaguars. I see a Kansas City squash in the second half. Here's what I see happening. Jacksonville possibly leads the game in the first half. People start betting live on Jacksonville. I see Jacksonville possibly winning at halftime 17-14, 17-10, looking like Jacksonville's going to play tough. Second half, I see Kansas City putting the pedal to the metal and covering the spread. So I'm going to take Kansas City covering the big number. All right. Boom. Kansas City to win, Kansas City to cover. All right. Moving on to the next game tonight. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people trying to double up on the money lines. People are going to try and take money line Kansas City, and people are going to try and take money line Philadelphia. So I feel like the NFL has to pull the rug out from somebody. So which one of the games is going to be an upset on the slate? Out of the entire slate, I feel like this is the best chance for an upset. New York Giants. I'm going out on a limb. New York Giants with the points and the upset. Upset alert. New York Giants win the game. But I would take the points. I took the points just to be safe. So that way, if the Eagles win, but I cover, oh, well, I made some money. But I'm picking the Giants to win an upset. Bold moves, bold predictions. Got to do it. You know why I got to do it? Let me explain why I got to do it. I think that the public is going to load up on money line Philadelphia and try and parlay it with a lot of other shit. The NFL knows that fans are trying to get smart and tricky, so fans are going to try and double up on these money lines. So let me show you what fans will do. They'll see these two games today, and they'll go, oh, Kansas City minus 500. Eagles minus 375, which takes you down to minus 193. So getting close to, getting down to near to even odds at least. So they'll take these money lines and match them up like that. So I think that the NFL is going to want to schedule at least one upset out of all these games, and I think the upset is the Giants. I don't know why. That's just what I think. So like I said, Kansas City with the points, or covers the spread, Giants with the points. So I think that's the only upset. And I think later on tomorrow, the Bills are going to cover the spread. Bills were losing. The Bills were losing to the Bengals. So I feel like this time they make the Bills cover the spread, look strong. And then you got Kansas City who covers and looks strong, and the Bills who covers and looks strong, going into Atlanta, neutral site field, which I hear they're already selling tickets. So if we're going to see the neutral site Atlanta game at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I think it is in Atlanta, between the Bills and the Chiefs, both of them have to win. So I think they win in convincing fashion, both of them. So I'm taking Bills to cover. And I think they got to get more out of the Hamlin thing. Here's another thing. Here's a reason. If they have Cincinnati win this week, then the Hamlin thing's basically done. No one, then it's over. So I think they need to squeeze a little more juice out of Hamlin. And so if Bills win and move on, they can keep milking that cash cow, if you will. That's just my thoughts. Again, I throw stats out the window. I throw quarterbacks and talent and records all out the window. I try and fade the public money and find the storyline. And that's the way I make my decision. And I don't use Gematria either. So you won't hear me say, oh, on the 13th day of the 13th month, the queen queefed on her 13th birthday. So therefore, we know Elvis likes peanut butter and banana sandwiches. So that means the Bills, I'm pretty sure, is going to cover that spread. Gematria. All right. So I think they need to milk the Hamlin thing. And if we're going to see Kansas City and the Bills play in a neutral site, which is what they said they would do, then that's got to happen. Now, it wouldn't shock me if that doesn't happen and it was all a big setup. It wouldn't shock me. Nothing will shock me. But this is the way I'm going on the spreads. Bills win, Bills cover. Bills win, Bills cover. In the final game, this is a tough decision. Lots of people are telling me that the Cowboys are going to play the Bills in the Super Bowl in a rematch from the 90s. And I don't see that happening. What I see happening is the Niners covering the spread and winning. Niners win and cover the spread. NFC Championship takes place in San Francisco between the 49ers and the Giants. That's what I see happening with the spreads there. San Francisco wins and covers. Bills win and cover. Giants upset and cover, of course. And Kansas City wins and covers. There you go. There's my picks against the spread. No waffling. No changing my picks or any of that. If I get them all right, hell yeah. And if I lose them all, shit. Oh, well. Better luck next time. All right. So now I'll pull up the bracket and we'll pick all the way through. At least this is what I see happening all the way through the bracket. Oh, I'll get to this real quick though. Here's the thing. I've been on this platform for a long time and I've been doing this for a long time. So when a shill or an agent wants to debate, what they really want to do is have me go to their channel so that they can cuss at me and make snarky ass remarks and call me names while the whole chat of trolls do the same, insult me. And then he gets money and ratings off of me while he gets to insult me. And then my voice, when it comes through the phone, it'll be gargled and low, and you won't be able to hear me. And then he'll be like, shut the fuck up, moron. You're a stupid fucking moron. I predicted every Super Bowl there ever was. I can wipe my ass with Nostradamus, you fucking ass. That's all he'll do. It's not a debate. He's trying to get me to call in so he can yell at me and cuss at me. And that's what you're here trying to help facilitate happen. So fuck you, bitch, and get lost. Anyone who wants me to go debate, you're asking me to go waste my time and get insulted and yelled at by a fucking shill agent. Okay? So if that's what you want, that's not what's going to happen. You know why? Because I run the show. If he would like to come over here and do things my way where I control the mute button and can boot him off at any moment he steps out of line, maybe, but I'm not going over there. Not calling in. Not going to happen. Okay? And if you don't think that, if you don't like that, you can shove it up your ass and go over there and listen to his Gematria picks. All right. And after we finish my picks, we'll have some fun. I got a few extra things lined up after we do the picks. All right. Sorry for that moment of drama there, but there are people out there who are liars and scammers, and it's kind of one of my things to call those people out and expose those people. There we go. Here's the bracket. Yeah, I would go debate Pat McAfee because that would get me a ton of subs. I would go on there in a second. But you know what? Here's the deal. Shills up that high, do not say my name and do not want me to debate. You know who wants to debate me? The lowest level shills, like guys who are like, oh, you don't think the earth is a globe? Come debate me. That's the type of people who want to debate me. Oh, you don't think that humans walked on the moon? Come debate me. It's always go debate them over on their channel while they insult you and their audience insults you. And nothing is accomplished. Big, giant waste of time. Nobody's ever like, oh, shit, I learned something today. You were totally right. I'm defending the wrong stance. So, yeah, no debates is just not really a thing that works. Nobody's ever like, shit, I learned a lot, man. You're totally right. I should have never took this stance. All right, I'm on your guys' side now. Right? It's not like I'm going to go over there and fucking convince Pat to be like, oh shit, you're right, bro. I'm lying about the NFL not being rigged. All right. Okay, let's move on. So here's the bracket. Here's the way I see it all playing out. So the 49ers beat the Cowboys. The Giants upset the Eagles. Chiefs, Bills. There's your title games. Here's why I like these title games. A little extra info. And if I'm wrong, then none of this will matter. But if I'm right, then it will make total sense. All right, here's what you got. You got a New York team, small market New York team, and then you got your big market New York team. So 2 East Coast New York teams. And then you got your West Coast team, a flagship franchise of the NFL that's won many titles, been to many Super Bowls. All right. So you got your West Coast team here, and then you have your Midwest team and a big favorite here. So this is, to me, the best matchups, I think, on paper, storyline-wise. Thank you for the super sticker, sir. So these are the matchups I like in the title games. Like I said, represents both coasts and the Midwest. So you get people from both sides of the country, all with their emotions tied in here. Like I said, if I'm wrong on like all these games, then none of that will even matter. But this is just how I see it. 49ers beat the Giants. Bills move on to the Super Bowl and keep milking that Hamlin cash cow. And you have Bills Niners in the Super Bowl. And for those of you who already know, I like the 49ers to beat the Bills and win the whole thing. Here's why. They have a dual quarterback thing going on with Purdy and Garoppolo. So you could see Garoppolo come back and save the day in the Super Bowl, some shit like that. You also have plenty of recognizable players with George Kittle and Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey. So they got it in Bosa. So they just have a lot of recognizable players that I think are marketable for the Super Bowl. And I also see like a chance for like somebody like Kittle to be the first ever Super Bowl MVP as a tight end. So I looked it up. No tight end has ever been a league MVP or Super Bowl MVP. So there's a possibility Kittle could be the first ever Super Bowl MVP. Just throwing it out there. I looked up the odds. It was like plus 10,000. So if you wanted to throw like, a couple bucks on that at plus 10,000 odds, Kittle as MVP. Could happen. Could happen, I'm saying. All right. So 49ers win the whole damn Super Bowl. There you go. That's the way I see it. And Bills go down as a 5-time loser. Here's why I think that. I think a lot of money will be on the Bills as a sympathetic favorite. So they'll have to screw over the public. And I look at it like a harvesting of their soul. Like they're going to harvest the energy of everyone who's there with a Hamlin sign or a Hamlin jersey. Anybody with Hamlin on their mind, they're just going to have the 49ers crush the Bills. And everyone's going to be like, oh, that's how it ends. And the NFL's like, yep, we got your money. See you next year, suckers. That's how it ends. The NFL takes the public's money. Bills lose. Hamlin has a heart attack on the sidelines. Ah! Just kidding. About the heart attack part. But Bills do lose. So again, bet at your own risk. If you disagree with all my picks or whatever, that's fine. Just remember, wait till after the games, because like last week, there was not just one guy. There were several people who got nasty in the comments section, like real nasty. Bro, those are all trash picks. You got 5 of them wrong that I can see already. It's like, dude, I did not get 5. How can you tell that before the games start? And then after it all goes down, then of course they don't come back and apologize that they insulted me. Because I did pretty well last week. I picked these games. I picked the outcomes, 5 correct, only 1 wrong. I was wrong on just the Vikings game. And against the spread, I went 4-2. picking against the spread is way more hard than picking the money lines. As you guys know, picking money lines is easy. Picking the spreads is way more difficult. So I went 4-2 picking spreads. Zach Hubbard won't pick a spread because he's a chicken shit, but instead he'll allude to both teams winning and maybe you should hedge. And then he'll be like, congratulations to the winners. All right. So I had something planned here where I thought we would have a little bit of fun. So I had a subscriber mention that there was this Giants fan who celebrates and watches the games and he yells and screams at his TV. So I thought I would show you guys. Oh, look who's here. Look, see, this is what I was talking about. Here he comes. Zach, dude, all you do is yell and cuss at people. I've watched it. I've watched what you do. You yell and scream and cuss at people. I've never seen you come together and learn something and let bygones be bygones with somebody. You just yell and scream and berate people. And if I call in, my voice won't be loud enough and you'll just talk over me. And everyone in your chat who loves you will just insult me. I don't see why that would be worth my time. So no. And the fact you're over here wanting it after I explained already why I don't deal with shill losers. I'm going to expose you over here on my channel, though. It's going to be fun. I'm going to expose you, and you're going to look stupid. And it doesn't even matter if you do better on your picks over me, because I'm just a dude who says the football games are rigged and proves it. And I'm just picking games for fun. Hey, Zach, why did you steal my video about the magnetic gloves and then act like you don't know who posted it? So, Zach, you stole my video about magnetic football gloves and you fucking posted it and you didn't give me credit. You didn't say Jake the asshole made this cool video. You posted my fucking video and then you tell your audience that I'm stupid and don't know nothing and all this stuff. So you insult me. Yet you're posting my content over on your channel about magnetic gloves, sir. Why would you be stealing my content, Zachary? And putting it on your channel without saying that this comes from Jake the asshole? Also, Zachary K. Hubbard is a globe defender. So he believes in Gematria, and he also believes that the earth is a spinning globe. Here's the thing. I know the elites like to code shit, but that doesn't mean you can pull numbers out of your ass and predict the future. So Zachary K is a globe cuck shill and a Gematria cuck shill. Literally, he's a shill. That's why he does so well doing this, and he enjoys duping his audience. It feels good to him. And he thinks he's smart enough to trick me into going over there and calling him up or whatever so he can yell at me and get super chats and his audience can insult me. Not happening. So I can talk about him all I want over here and I don't have to hear his stupid voice or see his stupid face. So no, I assure you, me and Zach are definitely not working together. Yeah, if you're new here, my track record speaks for itself. You can go back and look at the stuff that I say, like, versus what Zach says. Like, I'm a completely different individual than Zach. We do completely different stuff. You might think it's the same. He just talks a bunch of numbers after stuff happens, whereas I prove the moon landing's fake. I prove the International Space Station's fake. I prove football is fake. I actually prove shit's fake. I prove shootings, mass shootings are hoaxes. I prove shit. I prove that there are actors on the news. I don't just put a bunch of numbers out there and cast a spell. So if you go back and watch my old content, I've got a lot of it. And then you look at his, and you really look at who's proving what. I'm the real truther, the real dude, and he's a shill. And if you look at my track record, I beat shills' ass. I eat shills for breakfast. Figuratively. It would be weird if I literally ate them. And those who have been around here for a while know my record. If I call someone out as being shill or scammer or whatever, it's because that's what they are. All right. So, before I was so rudely interrupted, I wanted to show you guys a funny video. Let's have a palate cleanser, right? Everything got dramatic. Palate cleanser time. So when fans are winning, they get all happy and they pump their chests out and they yell and scream. And then when fans are losing, they cry and they piss and moan. And in the moment when it's closer, yelling and screaming at the TV, I thought we'd watch a little bit of that. And I want to remind everybody not to get emotionally attached because it's professional wrestling football. It's literally like pro wrestlers playing football, basically, pretending to play football. So don't get emotionally attached. Even if you have a lot of money on the line, you screaming at the TV is not going to change anything. All right. So here's a guy who says he's done with the NFL because they cheated Tom Brady. Got it. This one's hilarious. So this dude right here is so furious. He's like spitting. Spit's going to come out of his mouth on the screen. And he's furious because he says the league cheated Tom Brady of all people. Cheated Tom Brady. Ah, yes. This fella right here. He's going to tell us how it goes.
'98 was held the whole goddamn night. You one flag. You didn't throw one flag. You cheating. No good, dirty bastards. You knew. Y'all came in this game trying to screw us over. That was your purpose. That's what was your job. I should go to the titty bar. But I'll bite a chick titty off right now. Let me go home. No, forget the strip club. It's not a good time. I'll punch a stripper and bite her damn titty off. Screw it. Go home. No. We're going to keep driving. Going to bed. I got to go to sleep. I hurt somebody tonight. Go home. No. That's the ball back that gave him the touchdown early in the game. Then he was held again on the scoring play.
Hi, my name's Alexa, and I would like to give you a few reasons why you should.
Getting around the corner. 90 was held twice. Not one flag. They didn't throw one flag all damn game. You think the Dallas Cowboys?
Okay, what I think is that this is the male equivalent of like a girl doing some TikTok cringe. Like when a girl does some cringy shit on TikTok, like after a guy like stands her up for a date and she bitches and cries on TikTok. This is the same thing. So this is the male version of like crying on TikTok. They was holding the whole game. They was holding. They screwed them over. We was better than them, and they was. It's like, bro, dude, you're broadcasting this to the world. You're crying like you're a grown ass man, and you don't realize it's pretend fucking football. So what I'm saying is, don't let yourself get like this. Because I remember when I was in my teens and my 20s, I was emotional. When my team would lose a big game, I would bitch and moan, argue with people at school, stuff like that. So when I see a guy like that old, that guy looked like he was like 50 or some shit, and he's like, they was holding. It's like, bro, you're going to have a heart attack. You're going to have an actual heart attack and die, bro, over a pretend ass football game. And you're a Tom Brady fucking Buccaneers fan, like talking about he got cheated. Like, this is literally like a chick crying on TikTok to me. Like, I see not much difference. So I'm trying to tell people, if you have money on a game, just if you lose, it's gonna suck, but don't like post some shit like this. And if you don't have money and you're just so emotionally attached to your team, you got to remember, it's like watching a professional wrestling match or a silly movie. Whatever's gonna happen is scripted to happen. And throwing a big old fit and yelling and screaming and jumping up and down and all that shit ain't gonna help nothing. In fact, when your team loses, it just makes you look like a bigger idiot. People thank me for freeing up their Sundays. Yeah, here's the deal. I don't even recommend you sit around and watch all these rig games. If you spend your entire Saturday watching all these rig games, I don't recommend it, because you might have bet both of them. You might lose one of them, and then you sit there and watch 3 hours, lose a bet, or your team loses. It's almost better to just check the score afterwards and be like, oh, shit, I won one. Oh, and I lost the other. Oh, well, I'll get them tomorrow. You know, rather than get all into it and spend your entire day. So basically, I'll only check in if I see it's fourth quarter and it's real tight. I might check in on, like when the Jags had come all the way back, I checked in on the Jags Chargers game at the very end. But I ain't sitting there for 3 hours and watching a full scripted football game and jumping up and down and doing all this horse shit. Royce Melbourne says, look into the tunnel body language by Lobo. Okay. Thanks, buddy, for the donation. I appreciate that. All right, so this is what happens when someone's team loses. Now let's watch how cocky and confident someone gets when their team wins. So this next video was recommended by a subscriber, and I just checked it out yesterday. I laughed my ass off, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to have to show this and do a live reaction video. So I guess this is like a New York Giants fan. Mr. Chuck Knox. He's a very obnoxious New York Giants fan. So maybe you guys have seen this guy around on YouTube. So his whole gimmick is yelling and screaming at the TV during Giants games. But I can tell he's not just like faking it for the camera. I can tell this is how this guy really is in real life. He would be doing this even if he wasn't on YouTube. This guy would be yelling and screaming. All right, here we go. Mr. Chuck Knox.
All smartness. Get ball out. Plenty of time, but now it goes. What are we doing? To Hodgins. Big first down. I say to Hodgins. Here we are. Let's go, baby. Be smart. Punch that in there. What's there? What's there? Bellinger. Touchdown. Skull. Down your throat. Oh my God! That's how you open up a half in a can of whoop ass. Revenge! Take that horseshoe out of your ass!
All right, be honest now, guys. How many of you still act like that when you watch a game? Be honest now. How many of you, when you watch a game, still act like that and stand there like that dude does and analyze every single play and yell and scream like that? Hunter asked if I think the UFC is rigged. Anything you can bet on is fixed. And I mean, like, I think UFC guys will get knocked out for the right paycheck, and they don't even need to be paid that much. So will someone take a paycheck to get knocked out? Yes. If they want to have two guys lay on each other and wrestle and go the distance and have it go to a decision, they can do that. So you can easily rig a fight. Anyone who thinks you can't rig a fight, there's plenty of guys who will get knocked out for money. Plenty of guys who will have a long-ass wrestling match and then lose by decision. It's a job like anything else. So yes, everything that you can bet on is rigged. The stuff you can't bet on that's real, that's like sports, actual sports competition. That's the difference. All right. So let's get back to the Giants guy.
Miracle ass bitches! Ate it up! Nice job! Jalen Smith! Now big third down. You want to be great? You want to be giant? Do it now! When you get beat, watch Hawkinson. Oh, come on, turnover right here. Quick. Hawkinson. Why? Third down, Nate. You want to cover Hawkinson? Fucking killed you all day. How about we stop him? Again. Short. This time he's short. No, he's short. Nope. You gotta be kidding me! Why don't you know he exists? Every third down, the ball is going right here.
I've actually been around delusional fans like this, and you know what they think? They think that like the more they root, that they're helping their team somehow. So they think that that little stuff that they do somehow helps the team win. Like I remember when I was a hardcore Dolphins fan, if they were losing a game, I'd be like, shit, they're going to lose this game. Other guys at the table will be like, well, if you have an attitude like that, you have to think positive. If you don't think positive, then they're going to lose. It's like, dude, no matter whether I think positive or not, if they're going to lose, they're going to lose. Like me thinking positive doesn't make the football team on TV do anything different. So these guys are delusional enough that not only do they think their words like matter to the TV screen, like they actually think that like I have to think positive, otherwise my team will lose. Don't say anything negative. Don't say that they might lose, then it might make them lose. We got a donation that says, Christ, these NFL fans call us stupid. Unbelievable. Yeah, these are the same guys that if you say the NFL's rigged, they'll go, bruh, you've never played football in your life. You obviously know nothing about football. So this guy would tell me that I know nothing about football. I could show him a play where like 5 Giants guys miss a tackle all in a row, diving at someone's feet. And he'll be like, bro, that guy's from the second string. Or, of course he sucks. That guy misses tackles like that all season, bro. You don't know nothing. Let's see you get out there and try and tackle that guy. So no matter what you tell a fan, their answers are, bro, you've never played football. Bro, let's see you go out there and try and tackle that guy. Bro, you don't understand how awesome that guy is. Bro, that guy just sucks. So they've got an answer for everything. And God forbid it's a losing team that does something stupid, because then the answer is, oh, well, they're losing for a draft pick. So they have a built-in excuse for everything. Yes, this is a fanboy's favorite phrase. You don't know nothing about football. If you say the NFL's rigged and you point at a defender diving at someone's feet and taking a flop, and you're like, look at that guy dive and take a flop, and then the very next defensive back dives and takes a flop, and you're like, look, both guys, and then there's a third guy that dives and takes a flop, I swear they'll just be like, you know how hard it is to tackle? Those guys are the most amazing athletes, and that guy just sucks. So they'll tell you that they're the most amazing athletes, and in the same breath, they'll also tell you that that one guy who missed the tackle also just sucks. So apparently there's a lot of guys in the NFL who just suck, and they're the most amazing athletes in the world. Funny how that works. There's just so many starters in the league who suck, drop passes, and miss tackles routinely. They just suck so bad, but they made it to the NFL. All right, let's finish up Giants guy here because this actually gets more comical.
So do nothing about it.
Converted a 4th and 2 for 18 yards on this drive to Hopkins.
This right here, this is playoff legendary shit right here. 4th and 1. They could have taken the points to tie the game. But they're telling you they don't fear you. They think they can pick it up easily. You want to prove them wrong? Let's be balls. Let's be balls. He got it. Wait, they jumped? They're going backwards? Wait a minute.
There was something off about the timing.
What happened?
Cousins is looking back at the official.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
You can see Christian Darrisaw. He's getting ready to get in there for this quarterback.
Wow! You go. Be smart. Here you go. Give him time. Quick out. Richie James. Hang on to that ball, brother. Rich James. Fuck your couch. Move that ball. Let's go. Midfield. Let's go. 50 more yards, baby. Give him time. You got it. Get it out, Dimes. Goes deep down the field. Woo! Almost picked. Get it out, baby. Look out.
Yeah, good point, Rose, because if this guy has kids, then of course they're going to grow up acting like that. They're going to yell at the TV, and they're going to most likely be Giants fans. Not saying for sure, but chances are strong if you're a boy and you grew up in that household, you would also be a Giant, but they would probably be in there with them. So the good news is, since we don't see any kids in there with them, but if he ever does, chances are, if they're a boy, they'll be end up just like him, yelling at the screen. But yeah, pretty bad. And if he does have kids, like daughters who aren't into football, I'm sure he neglects them when the Giants are on, for sure. Like, don't bother daddy when the Giants are on. And if the Giants lose, don't bother daddy for the rest of the week. Peabody Grind Penal Vision 1027 says, Jake the asshole, this shit funny as hell. Well, thank you. That's what I try and do here. We try and have fun. Try and make it a good time for all.
Oh, nice job. Dimes took a major hit, and Slayton hung in there. Yeah, let me see it. You don't want to show it. You don't want to show America what balls look like. Because if you replayed that, these cocksuckers on the internet would swallow their own load. Come on, 2nd and 10. Let's pick it up. Let's get that back, boys. You got it. Calm down. You got it, Dimes. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Calm under pressure. Plenty of time. Uh-oh, he's got to get out. He does. Deep down the field. Caught. First down. Got it. Isaiah motherfucking Hodgins is the reason we don't need you, Odell. Sorry. What are we doing? Whatever you decide, Tabs. I'll die with you. 4th and 1. Playoffs. Tie game. Let's go. Let's go. Bring me over that finish line. Bring me there. You got it, Dimes. You got it. You don't even care. Your dick's longer than that. Let's go. Get up. 1st and goal. 5-yard line. Punch it in there, baby. Punch it in there, Klotz. Is he in? Touchdown! Yes! Our time! Our way! Skull! Skull! You Games of Thrones, motherfuckers! You're done! We're not done. We need you to step up, D. We don't walk out of here alive if you don't step up. Look at KT says, not this time, bitch.
You gotta love these we fans. We need to step up. We gonna beat you. We beat you guys. You guys lost because you suck and we beat you. Like, that guy thinks he actually plays for the Giants, I guess. Like, he's out there helping them. He's motivating them with his words. He's one of them. Like, when they lose, like, the players are like, man, that Giants guy, that Chuck Knox guy, man, he's gonna be pissed at us, man. We need to play better next time. So that guy don't get pissed off. It really matters. Thank you, David, for the super chat and the super sticker. You're a super cool dude. Mass One says this dude's probably banned from games and stadiums. NFL games are not fun to go to. I even remember back when I was a fan, it wasn't even that great. It wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. And I'll never go back to another one. But yeah, the people get like so drunk now that like you're gonna hang out with like 50,000 people who are like sloshed. And if you just so happen to be like rooting for the opposite team, or you happen to be one of the away fans, or if your team loses, it's like your soul gets harvested right there at the event. I just don't like the spend the entire day looking forward to something and then they lose and everyone walks out like all, you know, like, and that's inevitably part of being a fan, is like being upset because only one team gets to win the Super Bowl at the end of the year and everyone else just walk away being upset and bitching and moaning. So it's kind of like in a WWE match when a bad guy wins the main event and then everyone walks out all upset because the bad guy wins in the end and they wanted to cheer for the good guy winning, and then they have to just get up out of their seat and leave the event like, okay, it's over. The bad guy won. Bye. Go home. So I feel like it's a way to like harvest your energy, harvest your soul, if you will. They control your entire day and the outcome of how you're going to feel at the end of it. So what I try and tell people is to overcome all that and don't get emotionally invested to this degree or even close to this. So that if you're guilty of doing that, just know what you look like. If this is what you do, you should probably only do it in the comfort of your own home, and you probably shouldn't show everybody. Because this guy thinks it's cool he's getting views on YouTube, but really he just looks like a fucking idiot. And the only people who thinks he's cool are probably other idiot Giants fans. So really, like I said, this is like the equivalent of like a girl making some cringy TikTok content. I'm the Giants guy. You need to stop him. We're gonna beat you. Ah! These fucking ah! That's like, oh, that's your gimmick? Yeah, that's as cool as like a girl talking about how much she doesn't need a man on TikTok, bro. It's like right up the same alley. All right, back to Giants, man.
That's my dog. I sense some snow angels coming on. Maybe some precipitation. Big time, right here, big time. This is turnover city. Nobody get beat. Nobody but beat. You got this. You got this. I need a sack. Need that pressure. Nobody get beat. Nothing there. It's too much time. Oh, yes! Give it to him, Nick. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We don't care about Skull. No, right now. Right now. Right now. First down. Let's go. Pick it up, boys. Pick it up. Easy. 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 It's a dick contest. And you ain't winning. Come on, D. Come on. Protect this. Get in there. Oh, it was almost a death. And they're going to call flag because you're on your period, you pussy. Bullshit. Bullshit. Need their fucking help to move the chain. Wow. Wow. What? Fuck. There's a big time turnover for somebody right here. Gets the pressure in there. Somebody make that tackle. He's forced out of bounds. Nice job. 2 plays and we go. 2 plays and we go. 2-minute warning. Get your head out of your ass. You lead the league in drops. 3rd and 8 D. 2 plays.
Yeah, I want to make an important point here. The NFL, like this guy says, has made this guy its bitch. And so the sad thing is, and it's all by design, because the government and the NFL are in bed together. The NFL isn't just a business. The NFL is part of the fabric of the government, and the government wants the NFL to exist because it is the Roman circus, it is the gladiators arena. It is there to distract you. Let's get real fucking serious. This is what they want. It's there to distract you like that. Because if you're like this guy and you care more about what happens in a football game more than you do what happens, to the laws in your country or your own rights or who rules over you, your own freedom. If you care more about this football game, well, they got you right where they want you. You see, that's the whole reason why this exists. To keep men, especially young men, in their prime, distracted and thinking about a meaningless child's game. A child's game. You shouldn't be playing with balls as a man, right? I mean, maybe with your child. The only time a man should be playing with a ball is if you're like playing some ball with your kid, play catch with your kid, teaching your kid how to play baseball for Little League or whatever it is. Like, that's cool, but like grown men playing a child's game and people yell and scream at the TV over it, right? What are they really doing? Playing some pretend football. This man getting worked up over a pretend football game. He doesn't even fucking know it's pretend. He thinks it's real. Even if it was real, it still doesn't matter in the grand scheme of your life. Those players on the field don't give a shit about you. But this is what they want. The government wants their bread and circuses. They want you to be distracted by the big flashy football game so that you got your mind elsewhere besides on how bad you're getting screwed. They don't want you to think about how bad you're getting screwed. Watch this football game instead. So while I like to try and make a buck or two on some rigged games, if I can figure out which way it's rigged, I don't condone watching a full 3-hour soul-sucking game. And I know they're trying to rig and script these games to be super tight nail biters, but they're doing that on purpose to get you to watch a full 3-hour game and watch all those damn commercials. So the advertisers in the NFL, they're like, we need to have nail biter games that go to overtime more often. We need more viewership. If it's a blowout, people stop watching. So we need to keep these games tight for longer. So you'll notice a lot more tight games now. If it's a blowout, it usually doesn't happen until deep in the fourth quarter. Then a team finally slips away. So rarely now do you see a full-on blowout from start to finish. Funny how that works. And lots of nail biters. Down to the last play. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Imagine that. Everyone's so well matched that it happens like that. All right. Back to Giants guy. See, we're taking turns. A little bit of me, a little bit of Giants guy.
That's it. 2 plays. 2 plays. Giants way right now. Our time, our way. Who's there? 1 play. 1 play. No penalties. Don't sniff on them. Nothing. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 4th and 8. Playoffs. Right here. Be great. Be giant. One play. Who's got it? Make the tackle. McKinney. There it is. Skull. Skull fucked. Oh my God. Wait a minute. I don't know how to process it. I don't know what's happening. Oh my God, cry! Cry now! You were in my comment section last week, bitch! Now what? Oh my God. Oh my God. This is what all the cocaine in the world feels like.
I mean, kudos to that guy for creating this character, right? Like, if he's like a really good actor and he doesn't really care about the Giants and this is all for show, well, fucking bravo. But I have a feeling this is 100% authentic. I don't think that there's an actor who could put on that good of a show and pretend to be that good of an NFL fan. That screams authentic NFL moron. I know he's hamming it up for the camera, but you could tell that even if the camera wasn't there, that guy still does this. So I feel like, anyone who thinks that guy's just totally faking it, like, I feel like that's pretty authentic. Because I used to almost be that bad when I was at 17, 18, 19, 20. Through my early 20s, that's when I was like loud and obnoxious, especially if the Dolphins were blowing a game. Yep. All right. Mandark says, no doubt he's mentally ill, but damn, that was funny AF. Indeed. This is what all the cocaine in the world feels like. That was a good line. That was right up there with cocaine is a hell of a drug. Solid line. So here's the thing. For those of you who missed the picks, I did the picks more at the beginning of the stream. So we're just having some fun now. So if you missed the picks, I did that earlier. I think the Giants are going to upset the Vikings. Or excuse me, upset the Eagles. So I think this guy, we're going to see more of this. I think this guy is going to have another fun weekend. So this guy right here is definitely going to ride the wave. I feel like if the Giants upset again, this guy right here is going to just be like on cloud 9. He might lose his voice. I mean, I'm surprised this guy is able to make it through a 3-hour game yelling and screaming like that. All right, there's only a minute and a half left. Let's just see if he's got anything else funny in the tank. And then we'll shut him off.
You're like, LT! Oh my God, wait! Victory formation! Oh my God! Oh my God, wait a minute! This is too unreal! This is too unreal! This team! Nobody cared about! Nobody gave a shit about!
Daniel Jones, first player.
Unbelievable!
200 plus passing, 2 or more passing touchdowns, 70 more rush yards in a postseason game.
Daniel Jones and the New York Giants have kicked off the revenge tour with a tear in my eye. This is the greatest team in the world. Skull! Skull! You motherfuckers! Unbelievable! Get ready, Philly! You're done, motherfucker!
Wow. Philly better hope that they don't fly that guy out to the game. I mean, they better hope that guy's not at the game. If that guy was at the game, oh my God, they'd be so screwed. He would personally pick the G-men up by their cleats and give them all the motivation of the football gods. I'm sure they'll clean the Eagles' clock because that guy loves them so much. Roast Bill, I know. Isn't that great? And that's when his team wins. So what'll be funny is when the Giants lose, because I don't see them winning the Super Bowl. I don't. So when they lose, we're going to react to that video. That'll be a fun one. So I can't wait to see what happens when his team loses. So I have the Giants. For those of you just joining and who missed the picks, I'll do a quick recap real fast. I picked against the spread, and I just did regular picks all the way through the rest of the playoffs. So I'll just make it real fast and do a quick recap. So I like the Kansas City Chiefs to cover the spread. Kansas City wins, Kansas City covers. I like the New York Giants to upset the Philadelphia Eagles, and I like them to cover the spread. I would suggest to take the points just to be safe if you're going to bet. But if you're looking for an upset special, I think it's the Giants. I think the Buffalo Bills win and cover. And I think the 49ers also win and cover. So I like the favorites to win and cover, except in the case of the Giants. I like the Giants being the only upset of the weekend. All right. And then, just in case you missed it, I'll even show you my my bracket. I have the 49ers and Bills in the Super Bowl. So I have 49ers beating the Giants and the Bills beating the Chiefs. 49ers, Bills, Super Bowl, and the 49ers come away as your winner. I feel like the public will be all over Buffalo as a sentimental favorite, which would be a perfect scenario to pull the rug out from underneath the public and have the 49ers win. Possibly have the 49ers squash them, make everyone cry. So, like I said, bet at your own risk. Yes, the games are rigged, but somebody does have to win. So I look at if the NFL is going to make money, then they're going to have to rig and script enough games to take the money from the side that the public bets heavy on. They can't do it for every game. That'll become too obvious. But they have to script some games to steal the public's money when the public bets heavy on a certain spread or on a certain side. All they have to do is just script enough of those so that they have plenty of money at the end of the whole season. And so I think we can expect to, if we fade the public, we can expect to hopefully hit 3 out of the 4. So I'm hoping to hit 3 out of the 4, fading the public. So one game that is pretty even is the Kansas City and Jacksonville game on the spread. It looks like it's even money. I'm thinking Kansas City covers because people are going to be thinking Jacksonville is going to come back, play tough. They might even have Jacksonville win the first half and then Kansas City steamroll them in the second half. So that one might be close at first, but I see Kansas City pulling away in this first playoff game coming up. That's just the way I see it. I could totally get all of them wrong. And if they do, I'll be the first to admit that my picks sucked. So one thing I won't do is be like, oh, no, I picked the other side. I won't pull any of that shit. Shadow Pop says, Hurts is a unstoppable quarterback. Really? So I guess you're a believer that the games are rigged. I mean, not rigged. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see about that unstoppable quarterback. No kings, no peasants, says Gematria could have saved you, Jake. Here's the thing. Let's get the Gematria deal straight. I believe there's some crazy numbers that are coded into these games for sure, but here's the thing. You don't know beforehand for sure what they're going to do. So you could be pulling numbers out of your ass and thinking you have it all lined up. There were guys who were like, Jake, don't you know the Tom Brady ritual? Tom Brady is going to beat the Cowboys because Tom Brady always beats the Cowboys, and because Martin Luther King Day, and because of boo. And I'm like, dude, I'm picking the Cowboys. Jake, dude, Gematria, all the Gematria says that Tom Brady's going to beat the Cowboy, and all those Gematria guys were wrong about Tom Brady. Then what do they say? Oh, well, I accidentally did the riddle wrong. Oh, so you pulled a bunch of numbers out of your ass and you got it wrong. I can just look at where the public money is and use my heart and my soul and make a pick, and then sometimes I'll get it right and sometimes I'll get it wrong. I don't need to pull a bunch of numbers out of my fucking ass. So after the game's over, if somebody's like, oh, look, there's 34 receptions and a 34 yard pass, and then it was on the 34th day of the 34th year when your mom screwed the mailman on 34th Street. Whoa! It's like, yeah, that's after the game. So anything that happens after, if you start putting all the numbers, it's going to be like, wow, all those numbers after? Cool. But if you try and figure out then all those numbers before the game, you can still like get it wrong, and then you just pulled a bunch of numbers out of your ass for nothing. So if Zach's such an awesome decoder, how come he had Tom Brady with all these rituals? He spends 10 minutes talking about a damn Tom Brady number this and this number that. Oh, and if you put Elvis's wiener in the Gematria calculator, it comes out to 66. And if you put the Queen Queefed on the Queef's birthday Queen wiener tit, it also comes out to that number. And then he'll make a pick and then fucking lie and say he made another pick. I don't do that. Instead, I look at where the public money is, and then I look at the spread, and I figure, are they trying to trick me into taking one team? And then I think about if I was a fan, if I was a dumb fanboy who thought it was real, what would I do if I was a dumb fanboy? Oh, I would take all those. If I was a dumb fanboy, here's what I would do. And this is why I'm not going to do it, because I'm not a dumb fanboy. But here's what people who think it's real are going to do. People who think it's real are going to try and get slick and parlay these big money lines, like minus 500 on the Chiefs, a minus 375 on the Eagles. They're going to try and parlay these. Minus 500 on the Chiefs, minus 260 on the Bills. You see, they're going to get slick, try and parlay these picks. So I feel like they have to have at least one of these as an upset. They can't let somebody like parlay all these money line ass picks together. So I feel like they have to have at least one to maybe even two outright upsets. And another thing they're not going to do, they're not going to like, if you think you're just going to pick all these ones to upset and get all these like awesome plus odds, if you're like, oh, if I could just get two of these underdogs to hit, then I'll win money. Because if you were to get two of the underdogs to hit on the money line, you would make money. So I don't think they're going to let two underdogs win. So I feel like only one underdog can win outright. Because if they let two of these underdogs win, then if you just bet on, like I said, all four underdogs and two of them win, then you're going to come out positive. So I think that they're only going to have one upset, and it's going to be the Giants. And then anyone who tries to get tricky and just take all the points, they're not going to let you win just taking all the points. And if you think you're going to go the other way and take just all the favorites, boom, 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 boom. I don't think that works as well, but I think that's closer to what's going to happen. So a lot of people try and get tricky, pair different big money line spreads. And so the NFL is going to think, okay, we have to have at least one of these big favorites lose and take care of everyone's parlay. So if everyone's going to parlay Eagles money line, shitload of people thinking, oh yeah, let me get Eagles and pair it up with one of these other games. Then they could have the Giants upset the Eagles and wipe all those parlays off the board. These are just the way I look at it. Now, again, if I'm wrong on all these picks, then all this is just shit that didn't work out. But this is how I think of it. I don't use numbers or try and pull shit out of my ass. I literally think like, okay, what spread would a fanboy most likely bet on? What are the chances of an upset happening like here? Where's the money? So I throw the records out the window. I throw the stats out the window. I throw who I think is better out the window because no one's better. I don't think there is a better team. It's just pro wrestlers pretending to play football. All right. So there you go. And everyone's got their own, so I see people here saying, Cowboys upset Niners. This guy says Bills win. Everyone's got their own ideas. These are just mine. So, all right. Yeah, I feel like that if they're gonna have the Bengals upset the Bills this week, then the Hamlin story's over. And I just don't feel like the Hamlin story can be over. Like, why would they have set the whole thing up for the Hamlin story to be over that fast? So I feel like if they want to milk that for everything that it's worth, they have to have the Bills win. So then the question becomes, do they cover? And according to the websites I've checked out and just what I'm thinking the Bills do cover because of their. It looks like people are betting on the Bengals with 5.5 points to 6 points. So there's people who are taking the Bengals with 5.5 and 6. Some of them are probably going to tease that up. So I feel like if they're going to milk the Hamlin story and have everyone in the stadium, cheering and having fun, I think they have the Bills cover, and it keeps them all emotionally invested. They go into the next round against Kansas City, and they play a neutral site in Atlanta. That's the way I see that going. All right. And then Bills get to the Super Bowl and lose. So, again, I have the Bills losing the Super Bowl to the 49ers. Which, if I can hit a few of my bets today, I'm going to lay down some futures bets because there's some really good odds if you can predict all these things and bet on them. So if you're going to bet like, the exact Super Bowl matchup, so if you think it's going to be whoever it is and you bet that exact matchup, you can get really good odds. So I think if I win a few of my bets, if I can win maybe 3 out of 4, at least if I at least break even, I'm still going to put a little bit over on some of those future bets. That way, if I do get it right, I'll come up several units. All right. Oh, I miss a super chat. Sometimes I do that. Someone said super chat. I don't know if I missed one or not. If I did, I apologize. I'm trying to look for it right now. Yeah, I couldn't find a super chat. I just went back several minutes. I couldn't find one. Yeah, a lot of people are liking the Cowboys Bills rematch from a long time ago. That's like the first Super Bowl that I ever remember watching as a kid. So it's a possibility. I know a lot of people are talking about a Cowboys Bills rematch from many years ago, and that possibility is on the table. I personally just feel like the Niners have such a stacked team with so many personalities that are very marketable for TV, and I feel like Bills Niners is a matchup where you have a East Coast and a West Coast team, and just seems like a good matchup to draw in a lot of bets on the Bills and have the Niners win. Just seems like that's just the way I see it going down. Now, if the Niners get knocked out, then of course my whole Super Bowl pick goes right out the window. And in that case, then I would have to repick. Then I would have to reassess the situation. Then Bills and Cowboys might start looking much more like a possibility. Now, if both my Super Bowl picks get knocked out, if the Bills were to lose today or tomorrow, yeah, Bills lose tomorrow, and if the 49ers were to lose tomorrow as well, then both my Super Bowl picks would be bounced. That would be bad. I actually have some futures bets already placed on the Bills plus 450 to win the Super Bowl, and then on the other side I have the Niners plus 550 to win the Super Bowl. So right after the Hamlin thing, I had a knee-jerk reaction, and I bet a little bit on Bills to win the Super Bowl at plus 450 odds. And then I was like, shit, no, they're going to lose the Super Bowl. Fuck. So then I bet the Niners plus 550. And I'm like, okay, so if Bills and Niners go, I'm for sure going to win. So I have a ticket plus 450 odds with the Bills, and then I have a ticket for plus 550 odds on the Niners. So if they both make it, then I'm sitting pretty. Brandon Washington says, I agree, Mr. Irrelevant going to the Super Bowl and winning it would be a huge fairy tale ending as well. Or Jimmy G saving the day. What if Brock Purdy struggles in the first half and then they put Jimmy G in? Or Brock Purdy gets like knocked out in the first quarter, so then like Jimmy G saves the day. You got to remember that whole team's just like so stacked that it wouldn't surprise me if like Kittle's like the first tight end MVP, or Deebo Samuel wins MVP. One of those guys, Nick Bosa wins MVP because he has like 4-5 sacks in the game or something. So I feel like the Niners just have the star power that the Super Bowl is going to require. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here, and perhaps I will post a video, or maybe a couple videos later today, depending if we get any super awesome rigged plays. Maybe I can get you guys a short video out even today. So if I see some super rigged plays, I'll try and fucking make a quick video, get something out for you guys today. And then for those of you guys who are sick of football and you're like, Jake, are you ever going to do anything besides football? Yes. When the season ends, we're done with football until next year. And we'll start talking about other subjects like the fake news, fake shootings, fake space missions, and all that good stuff. So yes, for those of you who are tired of the football shit, it will be ending soon, and it won't come back until next year. And no, I'm not going to become a hockey and basketball channel. When lies run the world, Almighty One says you're a boss, Jake. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm just a dude, just trying to break down the world and the rigged football games as I see it. And I appreciate that. Thank you guys all for being here and watching. And thank you for everyone who donated super chats and stuff. If I missed your comment, I'll go back and reread it I always watch the replay and see who says what. So thank you guys for being here and watching, and good luck on all your bets out there. I hope everybody's a winner, right? There's a chance that every one of us is going to win, right? Every one of our bets, right? So you're telling me there's a chance. All right. Till next time, guys, take it easy.